that's what I do.
Y'all got Montevallo. You probably got those contracted out, don't you?
Every bit of them. Every one of them.
I don't know if everybody's gonna make it at this one, man.
Shoot, I'll tell you,
you got lost.
Well, it doesn't bring you all the way back here. It brings you to like right there when you turn into what is it, Glasscott?
Yeah.
And it tells you it's right there on the right. Well, you got to keep going all the way back here, and I didn't realize all that.
Let me see.
But I found it.
Let me see if I can. I know it may be very hard for me to.
Like it brought me. See, that's where it wants to bring me. See, it's right there. So like you turn in right there, it wants to bring me to that point right there.
Yeah.
And we're all the way back here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we take care of them.
I'm trying to figure out. Maybe I need to. I'm trying to figure out how do I do that on this right here. See, it won't let me. I wonder, can I flip out of it and go back live? Yeah, we still on live. Okay. All right, here you go, man. Don't drop that. That's about $600-700. I had to take it out your pay. All right, we can let's just kind of. I'm gonna go over some of the items before I go concrete. But let's kind of go over what's going on here now. You can ask questions, and they can ask questions on live too. You can type your questions in, and Mac, you read the questions out to me. All right, now what we got here? We got a couple different things going on here. So I want you to get these stakes. This right here, stake right here. So we had this right here. We had the site surveyed, and I had the corners of the house set. So you see those ribbons? Show those ribbons up there, Mac. See those ribbons on those trees? That lets me know that there's a surveyed point somewhere right around that tree, around those ribbons and stuff. So this right here, the house, the lot is surveyed, as well as the house corners is surveyed, so that I can have my excavator come in and do his thing. Now he'll come out here tomorrow, and tomorrow I have what they call an erosion control inspection. And once the erosion control inspection has to pass, then I can start moving dirt here in Hoop. All right, so but here's some of the things that you're gonna have. So once again, guys, you're gonna have the silk fence. And remember that this right here is this is a Class A silk fence. Now you see the black silk fence, which is the one I had put up, but the orange silk fence is the one that the subdivision put up. So the subdivision kind of came in here and put this in here to keep all the erosion and stuff just from the development, from a developmental standpoint. So that's why you see those up in here. But we'll tear those down when we start moving dirt. So now, something else we got, and I think these, I don't quite know why these, I had to understand why these, I think these white pipes are laterals. I think they're sewer laterals. Just kind of go right up in here. So they're gonna be somewhere right up in here. I'm thinking that's why they're here. Now, one more thing we gotta get into is the temporary power pole. So they're gonna set it right over there where the transformer is. So we have that set in. I got too much gravel over here, man. So I told my guy, when my excavator come over here, I'm gonna take some of this gravel and put it up in a pile so we can save it for, maybe the slab when we get going. So we'll put some of this in the pile. We got way too much gravel here. This is one truck of gravel. So this is about 20 tons of gravel right here on this area right here. So I had them to spread it out, and it's just too much. All right. Once again, I got my cameras over there. You see that camera over there? And that camera is, I got the solar panel pointed to south. It's really pointed due south, so we can maximize the amount of energy coming from the sun because you get more exposure in the south. I also have my, I got my box here. So we got a couple different things on this box here. So I got my sign. This sign is to let people know where we at. Oh, you just saw us.
I knew what you drove.
Yeah, but it should let us know. I put lot 87 on here, so it let us know where we at. So I got my permit box. I don't have any permits in here yet. That's what I'm trying to get. But I got I think I got the plans and stuff like that in here. So in here, I got the, this is what I got over here. So I try to make sure I got everything. So here's what we do have. I do have the, you can kind of see this right here. This is how the house is gonna sit on this lot. and that's where those corners that he set is right here, all the way right here. The furthest points here, and about right there. So those are the points that we see, and we can get the house set up everywhere else. But this right here is also, I leave this right here for the excavator, so you can. So like on this house right here, we have a. If you look right here, we got a main level garage. So this is letting the excavator know that instead of cutting this, we don't want to cut it this way. We don't want to dig a big hole, because I don't want my walls to be that high right there. I'd rather my walls to be as low as possible. They'll save me some concrete. And so, but we are gonna dig all this right here 10 feet deep. We're gonna make sure we got, well, maybe not 10 feet, maybe 8 feet. We may have a little wiggle room to work with. So I try to make sure that this stuff is already on site, waiting on my guys. Like I said, I try not to let these guys think about too much. You know, I like, you know, because when everybody gets to thinking, chances are people don't think like me, and they're gonna do something totally different than what I like. And then now we have a subcontractor run everything, and then that's where you get your problems at, because things don't line up the way it needs to line up. I actually went up the street, man, and I saw a electrician that fired me. He fired me from his job site. We was just talking to him. It's like he just when he saw me, because he owed me $2,000. So when he saw me, man, I could see it in his eyes, man. I ain't gonna mess with you, man. You got me on that one. Yeah. But right here, guys, you can kind of look here. You got to look. Right here. This right here is right there. That point right there is that's the house corners right there. Now, from right here to the front of the road should be 30 feet. Should be about 30 feet. So you got a 30 feet setback on the front. We have a 50 feet setback on the rear. And then we also have to put a buffer back there between the golf course and this house. So we got all that stuff going on. So you got a lot of the stuff going on here. I feel like I walked in a hole just then. So all these trees right here are gonna come out. They all come out. And anything that's about 15 to 20 feet within the footprint of the house. Now on the right and left, anything that's 30 feet of the footprint of the house, if it's a tree, it's gotta come down. We gotta take it down. I would love to save trees. Now, one thing my son did ask me about, he asked me, can I just send the trees to the mill and make some money off of them?
Pretty good idea.
Well, but here's the catch. If I send it to the mill, I can take all these trees and cut them down. That's a nice white oak right there. I can cut them all down, send them to the mill. I'll probably make maybe $400 off of all this lumber that's on this lot. But the amount of money that I'm gonna spend hauling the trees is gonna be about $500. So, and you know, I might make $100 if I did it $100 one way or the other. I could lose 100 or I can make 100. So I don't want to get into that game. So we just haul them off. That way we won't worry about that stuff. But now today we're actually talking about concrete, guys. And I may, since it's only three of us here, I may go up here and look at this site up here, and we're gonna look at some do's and don'ts. You know what we were talking about, and now some of the people are gonna have a hard time getting here, and the reason they're gonna have a hard time getting here, if they make it here, the reason they're gonna have a hard time is because this right here, this area right here is newly developed. So this right here hadn't been all the way put on Google, the Google Maps and stuff like that. So that's why it puts you off right there. It didn't take you all the way back to the back. This is a new subdivision. Just like when you drive, you know, when you have a car and you got that navigation on your car, it only gets you, you have to keep updating them. Nowadays, they're starting to get smart with these cars. They're starting to make it connect with your phone so that your phone have the current information. Now, what we're gonna be dealing with today is gonna be curves and gutters, subdivision curves and gutters. So you can kind of see this right here. Now, here's what's gonna happen, guys. When we build this house, once we get to a certain point where we got to do our drives and walks, we're gonna come here. However big this right here gonna be, it's probably gonna be about 14 feet. So we're probably gonna cut this thing. I'm gonna cut it right here. They're gonna get one of those big saw cutters. They're gonna cut right there. They're gonna cut all of this right here up. They're gonna bust that out. And they're gonna cut right here. They're gonna bust this whole thing out, and then they're gonna form their stuff right up on it. That's kind of what you got going on here. Also, let me see. Well, we got one right up here. We have, if you come up here, you can see where they also form the inlet. And you got this inlet right here. You know, I might need to find some. I need to find one of these right here. This is an inlet protector right here, but this right here is this right here keeps all the leaves and stuff from impacting the inlet. So all this right here this is what they do in the subdivision. They form all this right here is formed. So this is the flat work that we're talking about when you form now. If you want to get into this game, that's, you know, like I said, as a subcontractor, you have to be able to form this stuff right here. And notice they got a broom finish on this thing as well. So they got a broom finish. That's to keep people, when the kids are walking here, they don't slip. Now on this side of the street, we're gonna have a sidewalk. And I always get, for some odd reason, I always get stuck with the side of the street that got to have the sidewalk. So that means I got to spend more money on concrete. Okay. So we have to form all that up as well. But let's
So that's the driveway where the gravel is?
Yeah. Well, actually, this house is gonna have 2 driveways. So I just started with, you know, I may have enough to form that side right there too. You're gonna have a drive. You got a main level garage and you have a basement garage. That's the basement garage down there. Notice how if you look at the slope, this right here, see that slope like this right here? This is damn near a perfect lot. I didn't curse, didn't I? Okay. This is almost a really good lot to build a basement / main level garage, and it's gonna be right. This is the main level garage, so we'll have a driveway right here. That's a nice car right there. Who is that? That can't be. One of my students in those nice. Y'all cars too nice. Y'all don't need to be in school, man. You guys make too much money. Who is Israel? So yeah, did that answer this question? So we got a garage on this side, and we got one on that side. So let me get back a little bit. Is that an owner? That my dual enrollment student driving nice Infinities and souped up. Hey man, I'm jealous.
You talking about you, bro?
Yeah, I'm talking about you, buddy. I'm real jealous, man. That's a nice car, man. Who is that? That's yours? Oh, your mama let you out? Man, I wouldn't let my kids drive. That's too nice right there. That's really nice. How y'all doing, guys? You all right, man? Did y'all struggle finding it here? And then put you off in the right place then? And then get you, man, y'all not cold. Hey man, you gotta be, I got a jacket and cup, man. You gotta be hard around me.
We all got jackets. We all got jackets.
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Good morning.
We was sitting out, what it is, we was sitting out on Point, not Trail. And we thought like one of them houses was yours. We was sitting out there and the police came up on the car.
I saw that we were.
Did he turn the lights on?
No, he came up on a rolling car. He came with our car. But Christian.
All right, man. Y'all got, hey, image is everything. I was talking to my son about image today. If y'all gotta have that thing right, because them jokers, you get mistaken. And I got mistaken one time when I was young, man. I got slammed on a car. All right, but here, guys, we was kind of getting going. I was just trying to go over some of the things. Let's kind of go over it again. If you guys have any questions now, you guys just, go straight. Now, really what we're talking about today is we're talking about the flat work. So this stuff right here, these curves and gutters, kind of what we had the class on. That's what I was kind of going over. But I started out with the house right here, guys. So we kind of went over this right here. And you guys kind of see what's going on here. This right here lot, we already got it staked out. So the lot itself is staked out. We got the surveyor came in and put his stuff in. He also went over there. Y'all see the ribbons on the trees right there? He set the corners of the house. So that way we know where we can start digging. All right. So we don't want to disturb everything else. We just want to disturb where we're gonna actually put the footprint of the house at. And then what we'll do is the dirt that we have left over, I may take it. I got another house right across that Shannon Road over there. So we may take some of the dirt over there and put it. Somebody may need to call Mr. Core, man. Because I don't know how to do that. Call somebody on live stream.
Oh, yeah.
And do it at the same time.
Things, yeah.
Maybe he'll just figure it out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you think about where the new construction signs are and follow those, if you can find the neighborhood.
Do we have one of y'all numbers?
This Kumasi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, tell him how to get here, man.
Is that the golf course behind you?
That's the golf course behind you. Now, that's another thing too, guys. When you're building, we got to create a buffer for this house between the house and the golf course. So when I say a buffer, that's a landscaping buffer, like some trees and stuff that's gonna grow up, so that you don't want the people they try to shield it so the people from the golf course is not looking over in your house, Yeah. So that's kind of what they do. But really for the homeowner, and the homeowner liked these, he wanted the golf course lot because, it kind of creates a continuity between his backyard and all that nice grass back there. So that's kind of what these are some very expensive lots, man. I've never, these lots are going for about 150 to 200,000.
Just for the lot.
Just for the lot. And that's not even building. So we was looking at that, me and my son was looking at a house. When you guys first came in, before you took a right, there's a house right there they're working on the left. That house is 8,000 square feet. 8,000 square feet, only 2 people. They said only 2 people are moving into the house.
Talking about the brown house?
Yeah, it's the one with the house wrap on. Don't have the windows on it yet, but it's right there to you. Not the one at the end, but the one, when you pull up there, you see one right here. That house. One house is already finished, and there's another house they're working on. That thing is like 8,000 square feet. And only 2 people are gonna be living there. So that's a lot of square footage. Some people just got more money than,
They know what to do with.
yeah, and they just kind of do what they want to do, man. And but now this house right here is probably about, this may be 4,500 to 5,000 square feet. So this is not a small one either by no stretch of the imagination. But it's half the size of that one up there. But so like I said, the golf course. Now you got to notice all the little things that we have. Y'all remember the erosion control? What erosion control measures you guys see right now? What do we see? I looked at some of those responses on the erosion control. What do you guys see on the erosion control? I mean, y'all can stand right here, y'all. We can come here and look. So just look right down here. What's the first thing you know? The erosion control. What y'all thinking about? We're thinking about keeping siltation from getting into this right here. This is a gutter. This right here is a gutter. Y'all see this right here? This is what we don't want. This stuff right here is siltation. This is what we don't want to impact all of this concrete that we got up under the ground. It's taking all the water from this subdivision and taking it all the way down to the end down there and getting rid of it.
Yeah, and I saw somewhere there was a builder somewhere in Hoover who's just been fined a whole bunch for violating the Clean Water Act. Because what happened? Because all that siltation just runs right into the stream and it just kills the stream and everything. So it's the Clean Water Act regulation.
Great, Jennifer. That's awesome. Because what's happening is this water is going somewhere to a stream somewhere. It's gonna keep going. They're gonna channel it, and somewhere probably way over there you'll see it. It'll probably let out and it'll be like a little river or something, like the Cahaba River or something like that. So you don't want. Problem is, all this flat work that we did, all this concrete that was poured here. Now, some of the concrete all the pipes and stuff that's underground, that was made at a plant. So it wasn't done on site like these right here were. These right here were done using that machine. Y'all remember that, what's that, the slider machine that we talked about in class? That's what made this right here. Now, these guys actually formed this right here themselves. They formed this, and you got your manhole. And the reason we got this manhole is so that we can take that up and clean this right here in the event that we get some debris in here that shouldn't be in here. So that's critical. Now this right here, and I'm gonna have to get this in our subdivision. This is an inlet protector. This is what we should have. Now I got those straw bales covering the inlet. That's not good. This is what you need. This is actually made for, and I guarantee you it's heavy. See how it is? It keeps all that stuff from getting in there. You may have to change this out every so often, but it keeps all that stuff, all that debris, leaves and stuff like that from getting inside and impacting the drainage system in the subdivision. Now, when we got a driveway that's gonna be on this side right here. So this house right here, we're gonna have a driveway right here. It's going right here, somewhere right in this area right here. So what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna cut right here. And typically the driveway is gonna be about 14 feet, 12 to 14 feet wide. So we're big enough for a car. So we'll cut right here and we'll cut right there and we'll bust that up. So all this right here gonna come up. And then the guys will come back and they'll form it. When they pull the driveway, they'll make it and they'll form it and they'll make a nice little curve the way it should be. And usually I make mine when they do it, I make it swing out like this right here. You see, so that way when you back, your back tire don't hit the grass. That's typically what I do. But now when we talk about erosion control, guys, look, we got the silk fence. That's number one. That's the first thing you gotta have. And this right here is, y'all remember what type silk fence this would be called? What class is this? Huh?
A.
This is class A because it has the metal wire in it and the metal stakes in the ground. Now we also have that gravel down there, and I got too much gravel. But I'm gonna take some of that gravel, and I just thought about it, and I can just take some of that and create a driveway right here as well. So for this right here. But typically all the work is gonna be coming in on that side over there when we get this thing going. So I want to see another inlet. Let's go down here. There's another inlet down here that they formed up. But y'all know that this right here is done by that slider, by that big down here. Now here's another thing, guys. Y'all see this? Y'all see that there's y'all see right here. Y'all notice that this road right here, we got like a half an inch of the road to the municipality. What happens is the municipality comes, they get from the subdivision homeowners association because there's dues that be every year here. So it's probably like $400 or $500 a house. So you think about all these houses in here have to pay $400 to $500 a year. So all that money is packing up, and then once we get this whole subdivision, which is down here, looks like the last phase. Because I don't see them go anywhere else. Once they get everything built out in here, they're gonna turn this street right here over to the city, and they're gonna come in and pave it, and they're gonna pave it up about half an inch, so you have a half an inch of pavement on this right here. So now the roads will be smooth. So if you guys ever go to these new subdivisions, you're gonna notice that the roads is gonna look like this right here. Why would I do that? Why would you wait until everybody's moved in here?
There were no more trucking or big heavy stuff coming through and mess up the roads. It's just repaved.
Correct. That's why you want to do that. You want to wait to the end because what's going to happen is, if y'all go up here, y'all gonna see where those streets kind of beat up a little bit. And you got those big heavy concrete trucks. Them things put a lot of impact on the road. Y'all notice that when you go, say for instance, if I go to Georgia, we have you had a little thing where you had to pull over, go to a scale. What are they doing? Y'all know what they're doing, right?
Weighing the car, see how much is impacting the pavement.
Correct. They weighing those trucks because when you go from Alabama, see the laws change from Alabama to Georgia. So you have a weigh station. So those trucks you got to put over there, and Georgia is making, because see, Georgia got to pay for their roads, Alabama pay for their roads. So they don't want to pay for a truck coming over there messing up Georgia roads. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna weigh them and they're gonna let them know if they're gonna meet criteria for Georgia before they get over in Georgia. So that's why you got to go to the weigh scale. Same thing here, guys. So you want to get all this stuff right, get all this stuff done, and then we're gonna repave this whole road right here. And that's why every time you go in a new subdivision, you have that little lip, about a half-inch lip right there. Okay. So let's look at this right here. We may see some more stuff now. I don't know about this right here. Yeah. So I was wrong on that right there. This right here is the sewer I was trying to figure out why we had those pipes sticking up out the ground. That may be electrical. The big gray ones, that may be electrical. But this right here looks like it's sewer.
Yeah, because they bury the electric lines here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything is
they're not
underground.
up, yeah.
That's right. Everything is underground, which actually looks better because, you know, like the one in Birmingham I did, you know, they had overhead. And so you got all those wires everywhere, you know, it don't get, guys, it's little things like that. Like underground utilities is what people don't know. Like when you drive in certain neighborhoods, like, man, why does it look so good here? Why is this a certain feeling I get when I'm here? These are the little things that you notice, but you don't notice. Yeah, I mean, but there's something that gives you a feel that why it looks a certain way, and this is what it is, guys.
Plus your power doesn't get knocked out, right? Because the trees falling on the trees and stuff.
It don't get knocked out in here, but what happens is there's a power line that takes all the power and bring it to this subdivision, and sometimes that gets knocked out and knock out the whole subdivision, and that's the only thing about it. But now underground, yeah, that's the best way to go. You don't have to worry about all these wires and overhead wires and stuff like that. Now you do have to worry about easements. So, say for instance, like in each second, I'm kind of going off on different tangents, guys, but I'm trying to touch everything. Like right here, you may have a sewer easement that goes all the way down, all the way throughout this neighborhood. The next couple of feet, you may have the fiber optics for your internet. And then maybe the next couple of feet, you may have, say for instance, the power. And then the next couple of feet, you may have the gas. So everybody got their own little space in this subdivision where they put their stuff at. Now, I can build, if you mess around and build on top of that easement, if they gotta come repair something, they can tear that stuff out and you're responsible for putting it back. That's why you really wanna be careful. And notice that these easements actually go under the driveway. So when I pour my concrete for my driveways, they go under them. Now, if they got some problems with something that happens under the driveway, what they do is they do what they call a bore. They bore, they can actually stand right here and they can bore through this road and they can come up on the other side with the cable line. They can do that. That's on something that's small. Now, in this case, here's what's gonna happen with me, guys. It looks like the sewer lateral is probably gonna be on this side of the road. What that means is, when I dig to connect to my sewer, I'm gonna have to have my guys come over here and dig over here and find the line. That line gotta come through here. So chances are I might have to cut through this street. My guys may have to cut there. That's expensive, that's about $1,000. To get him to just cut, he gotta cut through this street. I hope that's not the case. I hope we got some over there on that side too. But I'm looking at this right here and I'm like, oh Lord, it always works against me, guys. So that's kind of what you got. Now, let's see what else we got here. I had a drainage, there's a drainage over here on this guy's lot. Hey Matt, can you tell if anybody online?
5 people.
Huh?
5 people.
Oh, for real? Oh, that's beautiful. All right, this is something else that happens right here, guys, in the neighborhood. Yeah, so that is the power right there, guys. Those gray pipes, that's probably gonna be your power. Now this right here, that pole right there is what you call a temporary power pole. And what happens is the guys, your electrician, see, once I pull a permit, my electrician comes in and he pulls his electrical permit under my permit. So I have the master permit. He pulls electrical permit. By the way, this is not my house, guys. But he pulls the electrical permit under my permit, and then this right here gets inspected. So they inspect it before I can have Alabama Power come up and put a meter on it, and we can get power. Now, one of the first things you want to do to keep what's happening over here from not happening is one of the first things I do. I called my guy today and told him to come over here and set my power. So by the time I get my basement and I'm start doing my slab and stuff like that, my guys got power. If it hadn't been for me having power on that site that you guys saw over in Trustville, if I didn't have power already on that site, I wouldn't be able to take that pump out there and pump that stuff out, pump that water out and get that job moving. The name of the game, guys, keep this job moving. So now what happened with these guys, we're gonna go up there and see it in just a second. these guys, the basement flooded. So I had water, just like I had water in my basement. But I pumped it out with the pump because I had power. Well, they don't have power and their generator gave out on them. So what happened is the plumber was supposed to come in and put their plumber. They can't, it's hard for them to do their work because they got water in the basement. And then the plumbers, the slab guys who was coming out here, you see that skid steer up there? The slab guys were coming to do their stuff and they couldn't do their stuff because the plumbers weren't finished with their stuff. You see how everybody's stacked on top of each other, guys. So that's kind of what happened. Now right here, this is some more flat work on concrete that you have. This right here is an inlet. This right here is an inlet right here. So all the drainage right here on this lot, and actually in the neighborhood, this stuff right here is coming, boom, going right down in there. And this thing right here probably goes way down there, down to somewhere. Now here's something else to look at too, guys. If you look down here, y'all see down, y'all look at the vegetation down here. You notice the difference between the vegetation here and the vegetation right here? What's the difference? When you look right down there and right here, what's the difference? Y'all can't see? Would you want to buy a lot right over there? No. Right there in the middle of that cul-de-sac? What does it look like happening right down there?
Like it's going down.
No,
that's all the water goes.
That's a lot of water. See, you notice?
Is that railroad track?
That's another thing. You go, as soon as you close your eyes, there's a train coming through. Now, they're gonna hit a train too, guys. But the good thing is in the summertime, you got those trees gonna shield a lot of that sound. Now, I wouldn't spec a house here. Y'all know the difference between a spec and a custom job. A spec job is if I just went and I got a loan myself and I built the house and then I try to sell it. I wouldn't do it down here. Reason being is because every customer I have come to me is gonna have a problem with that railroad. They're gonna have a problem with that train, all right? So that wouldn't be a good idea on my side. I try to build up here somewhere where they don't hear that train because customers always come up with a reason why they're not gonna buy it. They come up, they figure out a reason why we're gonna buy it. It's too many trains. But now in that area right there, it's a lot of water down there. A lot of water is coming down there. That's why trees are not trying to take root down there. And so I don't know if that's a lot or not, and it may be.
There's a sign in front of it. That's what I'm
Yeah, that is a lot. Now, here's what you can do. Let me say this right here. Let me take that back. What you can do, if you're a real savvy builder, you can buy this lot. Put over here that lot right there, man. You see that lot right there? That's another lot right over there. You can buy that lot and buy this lot. I've done this before. Buy that lot at the same time. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna have my guys to take the dirt from that lot and build that one up. But now I would have to get a lot of, there's other things that's playing on that too, because I don't know what the subdivision may have some problems with that. Because if I build that up, that water is going somewhere. And if that water may, instead of impacting on down there, it may start getting this guy. That becomes a problem. So there may be some grading things that I have to deal with when I'm buying that lot. But that's something that the municipality will look at. All right, so this right here is, like I said, this is more flat work right here, guys. That this stuff right here, now, in most cases, this right here was bought. They bought this right here, brought it out here, and they put it here, the subdivision did. They didn't form that on site, okay? Now, this right here was formed on site. So you taking this right here. Notice, what else you guys notice about this right here, guys? What else y'all notice about this curve? Huh?
It has having a divot going through, like a drainage system.
Yeah, it allows the water. So it's taking all the water on this road right here. Is that police? That's Kamasi.
That boy is so confused. That man.
He's driving on the golf course. Oh, he done. Yeah. How's he gonna get off of that?
I sent him my location.
Get on there.
I sent him my location. We'll go home.
Hey man, call him and tell him he on the golf course. He need to go back out where he's at. And one of y'all go up there and get him. Call him. Yeah, call him. Tell him to stop right now. Hey man, we no good.
We're good.
Yeah. All right. What do y'all notice about this right here, guys? You look at this right here. What else y'all notice? What I mean, other than this right here is taking that water and it's getting in this gutter right here. It's moving this water to these inlets. What else we notice about it too? What else we put in there to make sure? I mean, concrete gonna crack.
Section it off.
We section it off so we got joints there. So those joints are put there so that when these right here crack, it cracks in those points. And those joints are probably gonna be about 10 feet apart. I don't have a tape measure, but it's probably gonna be every 10. You guys take measure?
It's not 10. It's not quite 10 feet, but it'll get you close.
We're gonna figure it out. So it's probably gonna be 10 feet. Huh? Let me see. That's 5 feet right there. Yep. Every 10 feet. Yeah. Perfect. I need to get one of these right here, Jim. So this right here gonna be every 10 feet. You're gonna have it sectioned off. Question? We kind of look at this right here, guys. I can kind of see. Now, this builder, let's see. This builder, I tell you what. As far as the guys did the walls. Now the guys did the walls on this house right here. I'm having them to do the one I'm doing over here. The same. It's going to be the same company. The reason being is because of what I saw. I saw what these guys. You guys come on up here. I had to give this builder his credit, man. This is a good builder. Well, I think the wall crew. I don't know about the builder, but if he got this wall crew, he got to be a good builder. I don't know if we can y'all make it across here? Well, somebody wanted to laugh at that one, didn't he? Y'all make it. Y'all may want to just walk through there.
Yeah, walk around there.
Yeah. Huh?
That's something else you walk around.
Yeah. All right.
Sliding them slides.
Oh yeah, you finna fall,
You
buddy.
might want to go around the other way.
Sports world.
Huh? I just wanted to show y'all this right here, man. This is so here's what's gonna happen here, guys. Did you tell him, man?
Yeah, somebody, like, he following somebody over here right now.
Oh, good deal. He ain't tab them folks. Y'all come on, man. Jump on across there, bud. Y'all can get across there? Well, you lost about 5 cool points just then. I thought you almost failed. You too cool to fall, ain't you, man? All right, let's go through this right here. Oh, y'all check this right here out.
Oh my God.
Here's what's gonna happen, guys. Now, if you can look at this right here, site right here. This right here is this is the house right here. Over here, where you got this right here encapsulated right here, that's the garage. That's the main level garage. So you're gonna have a main level garage over here. Cars are gonna pull up around here. I don't even have to see any plans. You can just see how everything's laid out. Cars are gonna pull right up in here, right here. So it looks like about a 3-car garage. Okay.
Are these walls gonna get buried?
Yeah, all this right here is gonna get buried. Look right here. Just show them that right there. All this right here, all this dirt on this site, we're gonna backfill all this right here. So he might be able to take. You see that dirt over there? You see that mound of dirt over there? You see that? That's actually topsoil. So they're gonna take that and they're gonna spread it out in the front yard so they have some that the sod can put on for the topsoil to adhere to. Now, he may have to bring some dirt in. He could probably take some of my dirt. So that's we try to all work together out here. So if I got a build over, I got a bunch of dirt because I'm gonna dig a basement over here, and I may have to have a lot of dirt because I'm gonna dig low enough to make mine kind of really, really natural. I don't want to have like one step walking into the front door. So if I can set that up on that lot over there, I'm gonna have a lot of dirt that I may be able to let him have over here. And what he'll do is we'll just have a truck here and we'll just haul that dirt because I need to get rid of the dirt and he needs the dirt. So I don't want to, you see what I'm saying? So we work together on this right here. Now in this case right here, if you look at what's going to happen here, let's back on this right here. This is the house, this is the main level garage. So what's going to happen is, you guys see how I got that rebar sticking out here? So what he's going to do is, he's going to take this rebar.
You almost lost about 5 cool points right there.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't get that on the thing, did you, man? Hey, he going to take this and bend this down. He going to bend all of them down. And then he going to take this right here. You see these right here? He going to bend them all down. And then he going to take that rebar over there and then connect it like tic-tac-toe again. Y'all know what I'm talking about? And then he gonna raise it up about half, like 2 inches, because the concrete is gonna be 4 inches. He's gonna raise it up. He's gonna have it on concrete. That rebar, he's gonna go through here, and it's gonna be on chairs. And then he gonna pour the whole thing. Now before he pour the whole thing, y'all see all this gravel here?
Yeah.
You got to fill this in with gravel. You can't fill it in with dirt, because the dirt will. The dirt. You remember when we was looking at that concrete? There was a slide we had where you had the concrete, and up under you had the dirt void, and the concrete cracked because it settled. That's what dirt does. See, dirt may be hard right now. You put that dirt in there, dirt is probably hard right now, but when the water leaves it, it gives. And so you don't want that to happen. You in your driveway and it gives. And it start giving. So you fill it up with gravel. And not only that, that gravel, that water and stuff can wick through that gravel, more so than it can do dirt. Okay? So that's what you got. So all this right here, and you may have it. All this right here is gonna go in here and fill this right here up.
Just out here or inside here too?
Just that. Just this main level garage. He's gonna fill up all this right here. See, he built this up. The skid steer guy built this up a bridge. He built this here. This right here was all cut up. He built this here, and he came up in and he used this right here to pour that in there. So he gonna put all that in there. And you can see, we just kind of walk around this site and head on out of this side here. Did he make it? So this is the same thing. Y'all see, he still got the corners right here. Now, this is what he set the corners of the house at. This is the same thing that we had on mine. All right, it is. So this is gonna get filled up too. Now let me say this right here, guys. Y'all see these points right here? Just like I got those marked over there on mine, it's the same thing, house corner. Let me tell you guys, you better have a surveyor to come out here and do that. Don't get out there and try to guess it. Now, if you're out in the country, it don't matter, you don't have setbacks and stuff like that, you can guess it. But here, you want to have a certified, because he's going to stamp, when the plans come, he's going to have a stamped plan of where this house is going to go. And you put that on him, because if you put this house in the wrong place, and, oh yeah, you're going to tear it out. You may have to tear it out. Guys, let me just tell this little story real quick. There was a lady in Chelsea, I think it's Chelsea? Yeah, Chelsea. She sent me a set of plans. Actually, it's my house that I built. It's very similar to my house that I built. But she sent me the set of plans, and I quoted it for her. And she didn't go with me, so she used another builder. And the builder that she used, I actually know the guy. So she used this other builder. I think he was probably $50,000 cheaper than me. $50,000, and I'm still trying to figure out how in the world was he $50,000. Something crazy. I just don't see how you can make a profit. And because I was right on there, I wasn't getting that much profit off the house, you know, with the costs and stuff. So he's $50,000 lower than me. So she went with him. This guy went out there and he built the house and didn't meet the setbacks. He built the house in the wrong place. And guess what's happening now? They stopped construction. They had to stop. And they got to figure it out. That's where, and the neighbor is the one that complained. Because the neighbor said, I don't like the way this house. How you doing, man? I'm sorry. Hey.
What y'all up to?
Oh, man, I'm sorry. You the builder?
Yeah.
Man, let me get off here. No, I just had a class, and I was just showing them what to do in building.
Okay.
I'm a contractor. I'm actually building right across from you.
I got you.
Yeah. And I was just showing them, I was telling them, matter of fact, I'm using your wall guy, Renee.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Renee, and I told her how good this right here was, man. That's a good idea. You take that right there, rebar, and fold it down, and then run that rebar like tic-tac-toe, and then pour that slab and have it right in the middle. And what you're doing is you're actually encapsulating that whole drive so it don't settle. Yeah. So that's like overkill, man. That's where you want to be. I did one up here, and I actually didn't do it that way. I did it right up the street, but I actually didn't do it that way, but this is the best way to do it.
That's because we have an engineer to design it to do it that way.
and that happens too,
well,
man.
because you got all that field.
That's right, that's right. Hey, I'm sorry, man.
What's your name?
My name's Emmett Stallworth. Nice to meet you. Okay. Nice to meet you, man. I was just telling them how good your work was here, man. This is really, really good.
I need to get a fee for this.
Now, actually, here's the thing. We were Lawson State, and what I'm trying to do is, here's what's happening. We don't have any more subs to go to.
We sure don't.
I can't find concrete guys. I can't find any of the trade guys.
Yeah.
And what's happening is we got to grow these guys up to be subs, so that me and you we will have some guys that we can go to.
It's a wide open field. If you learn it, though, you got to learn it.
And can you kind of tell those guys about, the importance of just and you're struggling with the subcontractor base right now.
You're not going to get anything done without a subcontractor. So, heating, electrical, plumbing, waterproofing. I mean, it's a wide open field. And there's a ton of money to be made in it, but what's happened over the last 10, I've been doing it for 20-something years, but the last 10 years, all the guys that know how to do it, the old guys, they've all retired or they don't work no more. And then most of the young guys don't want to learn it. So it's an opportunity for whoever wants to really get in there and learn it. Like right now, we got a problem with people that don't know what they're doing that come out and work. And then you got to weed those guys out. And it's just tough. So we try to stay with the 2 or 3, 4 contractors that we have, because that's the only ones we can trust to do the jobs. And so we get behind. So like this house right here, for instance, 5 years ago, I could build this house in 7 months. Now I can't build it in 18 months. And it's also due to supply chain issues too. But it's a wide open field. I mean, if you want to pursue it, but you got to learn it and learn it right.
Out of both you guys, what's the most needed subcontractor?
You pick it, whatever one you want.
About like that.
I mean, HVAC, these guys, these bar plumbing, great company. They need plumbers right now. They need apprentices right now.
And I'm gonna tell you what I did. Let me tell you what I did at Lawson. So we have a plumbing department. By the way, I'm gonna give a shout out to Michael Latham. Michael Latham is one of the instructors just like me, but he does the plumbing. I took some of his students, and I sent them to my plumber. I use Buckner. You ever use Buckner? Well, Buckner is my plumber. So I sent those students to him so that he can have guys out here. Because see, some of these guys, everybody's not going to be the technical guys. Some of these guys need to be carrying pipe and doing stuff and just doing, and then you learning while you're doing it.
Yeah.
And so I sent those guys to him. So we're going to get more than just, even at the school, we're going to get more than just guys just sitting out here learning the trade. These guys need to be out here actually doing it. Mm-hmm. And see, this is the key, which like you guys, the reason I try to create an online platform, and what I'm trying to do is create an online platform. And the reason is because you guys need to be out here doing this stuff. You guys need to all day long. You need to be working on this right here and learning how to do it right. And that's what we've been. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I can't find subs.
No, that's tough.
And then that whole, like say for instance, you got these guys. How many crews you got? Do you know how many crews you got?
He's got about 3.
Even those 3 crews are probably booked up.
Yeah, they are.
He probably got more work.
You have to wait. I mean, I'm waiting on them for 2 other houses. We got 8 houses right now that are in construction.
That's right. That's right. Now, one thing I have noticed is that it's hard to find American guys in like some of the framing, concrete work.
It's tough.
And what I've noticed is that back when we started, you started about 20 years ago too, right? So I started about 20 years ago. So back then, you had a lot of African Americans, white guys that did framing.
Yeah. Brick.
They did it all.
Block.
And especially in the concrete, the concrete
Now
black
you
work.
don't see anybody doing it.
You don't see it anymore. Now, what I did notice is that the labor cost was drove down. So we was having fun back then. And then what happened then is when all of us left, when all the English guys, all the American guys, black, white, when they left the market, there's nobody else in the market.
Right.
And so the prices went up now.
Yeah.
So
Demand.
yeah. So that's kind of where we're at, man. But hey, man, I appreciate it. I just wanted
No
these
problem.
guys
I
to
just
see.
want to make sure it was on my life. If somebody falls in a hole and not get sued.
Oh yeah. No, you don't want that. And that's
You built this strong?
yeah, I got this one. How many years
Sold
old?
or?
Yeah, that's good. I can just get with the amount of time that it takes to build enters to each year.
Yep.
And so yeah, it's hard, man. So you got to do all build jobs. But let me see. Have you built anything else in here?
No, that's the first one we're doing. We're doing this lot now.
Okay. I did one on the main drag.
Yeah.
On the what is it called? Crossing. So I did one down there right across. They got one guy that's building across the street from the one I did.
Yeah.
And it took me about 11 months to build that house.
Yeah.
And like you said, it usually takes me a house this size right here, 9 months. I'm in and out, and I'm gone. You can't do it now. The materials weren't that bad then, but now lumber prices and stuff like that, it's bad. Yeah. Like when I gave this guy a quote on this house, the cost of lumber has changed since then.
Oh yeah.
So it's hard to. I told these guys.
Moving target.
Yeah, I told these guys a couple of weeks ago. I said, building to me, because I've been doing it for a while, is easy. Building and making money,
It's hard.
it's hard.
I don't care how long you've been doing it. Changes every day.
Well, man, I'll be seeing you probably every other day then.
Here all the time, man. Here all the time. Here in Mountain Brook.
Oh, you got how you like Mountain Brook? Mountain Brook market is pretty good. Once you get in over there, man, everybody like it. Are you serious?
We only got 3 lots.
Oh, okay. What size house is it?
We started about 2 6.
2?
Over 5,000.
I got a couple of friends of mine over there. If you get a lot in Mountain Brook, you win.
Yeah.
I was telling them how they had to fill. They had to take out. You got all that gravel. You got to fill all that up.
Yep.
And
All
so,
that crush and run.
I did. Hey, nah, you need some. I'm probably gonna have some dirt. I know you're gonna need dirt.
Yeah, I think my guy cut a lot out.
Huh?
I think cut you a lot.
Who was
Right here.
Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ray, good guy. Did he do this one?
Yep.
Ray know what he's doing. Man. You can cut Ray loose.
Yeah.
And well, you can tell Ray exactly what you need. And Ray he know enough to make sure it happens. And he'll call me if anything kind of not right.
All right. He's a good guy.
So yeah,
All right, guys.
If I need some dirt, man. If you need some dirt, man, just holler at me.
Okay.
Like I was telling them, they could just take them trucks, man, all the way over there.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably going to have a whole bunch, because I'm trying to get it to where you just have one step.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 steps, because you got to step from the sidewalk, then you got to step up in the house. So we got 2 steps, I think that's going to be good. And so all that's got to come out.
Yeah.
Now I do have one across the way that we probably going to need a little dirt on, but we probably not going to need, we're going to have more than enough.
Yeah.
All right, man,
guys,
I appreciate it,
good
man.
luck.
You take it easy, man. I'm glad you was able to tell them about that, man, because they needed to hear that from somebody other than me.
Yeah. That's good though. We need some.
Let's all right, guys. Are there any additional questions? Any additional questions on what we've had so far? I see y'all see those stones right there. Those are real good to use for landscape. Kind of take that and kind of put it around in the yard for landscape.
That's
Now,
the same stone they digging out these holes I see there around.
When they dig them out, you kind of bust it like when you dig it up, a lot of rocks and stuff like this right here. And sometimes you have to bring them in. The only reason I don't like to use a lot of those is because I don't like snakes. And when you stack those stones on top of each other, it y'all gotta understand what happens is when you got a lot of stones, they radiate, the sun heats those stones up in the daytime.
But the snakes will eat your rats and mice, so they're actually.
God, depending on what kind of snake it is.
I'd rather have snakes than rats.
No, I could much rather. I mean, I don't know. My mom kind of got us kind of messed up with those snakes.
Yeah, that's right,
I could deal with a rat because a rat is a mammal, right? I can deal with a mammal. If it don't have any shoulders, I can't deal with it. But no, what those stones do is they radiate. They absorb the heat in the daytime, and then they radiate the heat back out at nighttime. So it serves as a good place because people cold-blooded. They like to get in on rocks and take opportunity on that heat.
So when they pushing all these rocks in for this driveway, I would think these rocks would move. It would really settle in there.
No, it's not gonna move. By the time, well, wherever you're gonna put them at. No, when you put them down, see, most of the soil right here, by the time you get finished building, you're gonna see where all the voids and the cracks and the stuff on that property is. Okay. And so what you're gonna do is your landscaper gonna take care of that. You know, if you got any holes, you're gonna fill those holes in and run over them with that skid steer and pack it in. So that's a good thing. Anybody else? You all right, man? Man, we saw you up there. I thought you were finna go get you a couple of holes, knock you a couple of golf, go a couple of rounds or something. You all right, man? You okay? You okay? Anybody else? Anybody else? Any questions?
What size your lot gonna be?
I think it's about 100. I think it's 100 feet, 150 feet wide, and maybe 200 back. 60 house is 60, 30. It's about 150 back. So it's 150 both ways. And so we already got the house corner set on it, and so we're already meeting all the setbacks. Now this right here, lot right here is gonna get some. This lot right here, now this is not a bad lot. It's probably not as good as that lot, because if you notice that this lot right here is a gradual step down, so you really have to build up the yard a little bit more. That lot right there has a good drop, so we can set it in there and we don't have to move a whole lot of dirt. We just got to get the dirt out of there. Does that make sense? All right. Anybody got anything else on there? All right, you guys, what's the day? So I think we're gonna be, I forgot when but y'all know this term is about over with, man. Y'all make sure y'all go online and do your work. Now, I think the thing has messed up. I messed up a little bit. I don't have I think I did something wrong with setting up the tests and stuff like that. So I get that corrected. You just make sure you go do them.
I think aren't we online again next Monday and then back here again next Wednesday, I think?
Yeah.
I think it's another filter next Wednesday.
I may change that one over there because we may be digging footings at the other one. So we're digging footings over there. I may change that address, but coming out here hasn't changed.
It says
Okay.
flat work required in segregation
Huh?
perspective. Just read it.
Okay, move in. All right.
I got one question. Are we gonna get a little dirty with the concrete? We gonna mix anything, or they're not gonna do that?
I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to set it up to where we can. I want to form some concrete, and I want to mix. I may just end up using my last day for that. My last day instead of doing a field trip. I think I got one more field trip, and it's next week. But I'll let you know Monday what we're gonna do. Okay. And then that way we can kind of have our hands on and just kind of see what it feels like. But now we're not gonna you're not gonna ever really mix in the concrete. You got to mix the concrete, you got yourself a problem. You're gonna get it poured from a truck. But you need to know how to form it. Forming it and getting the form boards up. Like the other site, Trustville, we got everything formed up. That would have been a good site to see, just to see how we did kind of see somewhat formed up, but it wasn't quite. The poly's already on the ground and all that kind of stuff, so everything is kind of ready to pour. but I gotta wait till Monday to pour it because I can't get availability of workers and concrete.
Pay good?
Man, I'm telling you, man. Well, you know, if you're the head guy, it probably pays real.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're not the head guy, you're just a laborer, and you're just kind of picking pipes up and doing the other stuff. You know, you get paid more than the average, more than minimum wage. But there's a learning curve that's involved. So that's what we got to think about. Now there was a question about is flat work, cutting the curb and gutter, is that the responsibility of the contractor or the subdivision? When you cut that curve, that's the responsibility of the contractor. He's the one responsible for putting that, you know, getting that right. But now in Birmingham is a little different. Birmingham is they're gonna make you got to get a permit to cut the curb. So I have a special permit that I had to get just to cut the curb. And once I cut the curb, I think they got to inspect it because you got to get a permit for it. So they got to inspect it. So they make the responsibility of cutting the curb the responsibility of us as well.
It's also traffic too, right? It's also traffic rules because with some of the roads, you're only supposed to have so many in, like, you know, you can only because every curb cut represents cars that may be going in and out of traffic, and in the denser the urban area, that becomes a thing that, I mean, that's one of the things. That's like comes up like down in like Ola.
And now that you when you mentioned that, I think one reason for Birmingham is the fact that the curves. See, you got to understand that this when you pour that drive, that's what you call a bituminous surface. That means the water is running off really, really fast. So that's what they're trying to monitor too. That's right. Especially like the city of Mountain Brook. Like the city of Mountain Brook won't let you do a drive. They won't let you pour driveways. In most cases, they make you do a driveway out of gravel. So the driveways in Mountain Brook, well, here's what they do. They do a calculation, and they calculate how much water runoff is going to come from that particular lot. And then if you got too much driveway, they make you cut down the amount of driveway and make you use gravel, which allows the water to soak through and go in the ground. Because they don't want their storm system in their municipality impacted in Mountain Brook, man. So and it makes sense though.
And it's really hilly over there too, so you get really. And there's some cool stuff. I've been looking like some of the green building stuff where they're doing like more permeable surfaces, so it's part concrete for driveways, so that the water will seep in instead of running off.
You guys remember back in the day where they had y'all remember they had the driveways? We remember the driveways. They had the driveways where they had like just a slit here and a slit here for your tires.
Yeah.
And you just drive over like that. That was the reason for that.
Yeah.
It was the reason for that was because when you drive on it, the tires are on a hard surface, but all the water that comes down to the ground, and you don't have that much of a bituminous surface. So that was the purpose of it. And so sometimes we sit here and think, why do they do that? Guys, if you guys look at the older houses they built a long time ago, they were green. They were much more stronger than the houses that we're building, with the exception of the insulation. A lot of times they do no insulation, but the way they built them very efficient, and they built them the structural integrity of them, that's why you see them still standing. You look at the newer houses built, 30 years, they falling apart. But them older houses, not only that, the trees they used were old growth trees. The old growth, it took like that tree right there, man, that tree might be 100 years old right there. That white pine, it might be 100 years old. And when you cut that wood up, it's solid. And sometimes it got that sap stuff on the inside, it makes it even stronger. Yeah, syrup. You got the syrup. You talking about lighter. That's what you talking about, the lighter.
Pine has turpentine. That's what gives it smell. It makes it stronger when you hit it.
Yeah, but see, what I'm saying, now with the pine, you're right. The pine, you have they grow fast. They grow real fast, and a lot of time we use what they call southern yellow pine. So southern yellow pine, you can have a full-grown tree in 5 years. And although it's decent, but it's not as strong as those oaks and all those other things, the old growth trees. Good. I never heard of that one.
I sit on the water and it stay like it's preserving, tape that used to deal with that because they're trying to preserve some of the
It don't, and that's probably what they, that may be where they get redwood from. No, because you can put redwood on your fascia, like where the water's going to be exposed to a lot of water. You can put it up there and it's not affected as much as like if I put some hardwood up there, like oak or something like that. So, what I was just saying, they did things back then, and now we understand why they're doing it. Anybody else? You guys good, man? That good? Y'all everybody make sure y'all go on and finish y'all. I think, can y'all still work on stuff even after the due date?
Yeah, you can.
It's just up
It
to
just
you,
says-
whether you take the points off or whatever.
Yeah.
Like one of them I did on my
Did
phone.
it say that?
Yeah, it says points may be deducted.
Oh.
So we beg your mercy for
Yeah, I just don't want you guys, listen, I don't take off points for you, if it's late. But I don't want you guys to get behind to the point where it gets overwhelmed. And now you're trying to do all your tests, exams in one day. So we don't want to get there. Just go ahead and y'all go ahead and knock this stuff out the way. You guys still have the thing missing. Y'all go on and knock this stuff out the way. Oh, the answers, they're right there.
Yeah, you just gotta find it.
So I can stop doing the reviews.
No. But when you don't remember.
One of them I did on my phone. And I don't know, I think the phone offsets, like if I hit A, it's really hitting B. So I want to talk about one of them. I was like, oh my God.
Okay.
You get two tries. So if you go through and you
just
don't get it,
take it again and do the other thing.
figure out what you missed, and then go back down.
Okay.
It's a good setup.
It's very detailed stuff. Yeah, it is.
Talking about the old testing system.
Yeah, the whole thing, the whole blackboard, you got it good, man.
I told y'all when you start using it, it actually gets better, man. I like it, man. I didn't like it. I was like, man, I hate this thing.
I know that's easier for you to get it out too.
It's better now, man, because I'm putting everything on my computer now, so it works out. Yeah. All right, guys. I don't have anything else. Did we go over time? No, we didn't go over time.
So back online on Monday?
Yeah, come online. I have the guys in there with me, man. We'll knock it out the way. All right. You guys have a